This question is from John Pecha of Harlan, Iowa. John, I'm sorry if I'm saying your last name incorrectly. He writes, I love your podcast and magazine. I am a home do-it-yourselfer with a few projects under my belt over the years, such as replacing my windows, doors, siding, and flooring. I had a question regarding miter saws. I'm looking to replace my old miter saw and considering the options of corded versus cordless. I mainly use the saw in a garage workshop, but do take it outside for the occasional project or to a neighbor's house. I'm considering a Capex corded miter saw and the new Makita XL06PT. I love Makita's like insanely long product numbers here. They both have great dust collection, cutting power, and accuracy, which is why I'm considering these two different animals. I'm really interested in the battery-powered version, but I am leery since it is uncharted territory for me. I'm hoping your staff can shed their more experienced input and firsthand knowledge on this topic. Thanks. So,
now, didn't you just come back from that event where they had the dual-powered saws recently?
So, this is something I've been following for years now, right? Hitachi, in reference to Rob's comment, is the most recent entrant into the cordless miter saw territory, and their saw, as you suggest, is a little different. It also has a AC adapter, much like DeWalt's cordless slider.
Under its new name.
The FlexVolt.
Well, Metabo, right?
Hitachi's new name is...
Yeah.
Did I say Hitachi?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Sorry, Hitachi. I mean Metabo, HPT.
Yeah.
So they've changed their name, and they have a new saw. And yes, I did come back. And I would say that there is no difference in performance between a corded and a cordless miter saw now. Obviously, you're going to need to have batteries, and you're going to need to replace them, but they last a long time. So I would say that's no longer an issue.
Yeah, and it depends how much work this guy's going to do. I mean, if he's only using it on weekends and he's not, doing like a whole siding job, then he's not going to have to worry about running out of batteries.
I know, and I have a review in hand that's going to be in a future issue of Fine Homebuilding written by carpenter Nathan Rinney in the Ozarks, and he uses Makita's 7.5-inch saw that has two 18-volt batteries, and he says even with production cutting, it cuts all day. So I think the runtime is a non-issue.
Yeah.
The question is, do you want to spend extra money to have the cordless convenience? I got to admit to being a longtime skeptic of cordless miter saws because unlike a recip saw or a right angle drill or so many other tools, like once you set it up, it kind of stays in one position. But what people have convinced me, and I find myself, is like saving the setup time is a huge deal. Right, you're not spending a few minutes every day or every time you use it.
It really depends on what kind of work you're doing. I mean, if you're a carpenter who's building a house, you're going to set that thing up and like leave it in the garage for maybe weeks, or doing a large remodeling project. But if you're someone who does one project that might only take a day or even a couple of days,
even 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, certainly those little projects. I mean, there are so many projects around the house that don't get done as timely fashion as they would for me
because of the setup.
Because of the setup time.
Yeah.
And I mean, the older I get, the more I appreciate having tools that are either easy to set up or having multiple tools so I don't move them around as much.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Get a rolling stand.
Yeah.
If you're going to be taking this thing outside, you don't want to be setting that up on a table or anything.
No, working on the ground is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, back to the usefulness of these new cordless tools is they're just as powerful. They're just as good as it's just a matter of the additional cost. So it's cost for convenience.
Well, and I don't think that's going to be an issue for John because he wanted to buy that $1,400 Capex, right?
Right.
So he could buy all these saws.
I mean, is that worth it?
He could have one everywhere.
Yeah. Is the Capex worth it? It seems like a lot of guys burn them out.
So the thing is about Festool, they make a lot of fantastic tools. I would say this is not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I would say, it has problems with the motor. It doesn't have the capacity. Well,
and the thing is, there are a lot of Festool tools that are unique in the marketplace and that serve really amazing, special functions.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the sander, grinder, the Rotex stuff. That stuff is just there's nothing like it. And
Bosch has one very similar, but they are by all counts very good.
But yeah, as far as basic tools like a compound miter saw, I mean, I'd say any of the big brands are probably on compare.
Mark Clement recently tested cordless miter saws for Fine Homebuilding, and we'll put that link on the webpage. But his favorite was the DeWalt FlexVolt. all the others were fine. The one exception to that is Milwaukee's 18-volt, 12-inch slider. By all accounts, it's a turkey, so don't buy that one.
Yeah, I've heard that has a lot of flex in the rails.
The flex in the rails is its deal breaker.
Yeah.
It just doesn't cut accurately because there's too much movement in the slide mechanism. So that's really all you need from a slide saw is for that to be precise, and they missed the mark.
You know, there's certain tools out there that they add these unique features supposedly for convenience or comfort or ergonomics or whatever. Like the one that bugs the heck out of me is the Bosch with the rotating handles on their compound miter saws. You can rotate, I think, vertically or horizontally, and it makes it less rigid than the handle on most other saws. And I found
I know what you're talking about.
I found that in heavy use, those things have failed. Broken on. I've seen it multiple times.
The DeWalt 12-inch slider is the one everyone says to get if you want a cordless one or a corded one. And if you want to go less expensive, the rigid tools, the miter saws do very well too in our testing, both corded and cordless.
I've got the Hitachi 12-inch slider. I love that thing.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
And what did you pay for that?
I don't remember, $349 maybe?
So it is so much less expensive than the cordless version, right? I mean, you can almost buy two.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. And you don't have to replace batteries ever. Because batteries do wear out. No doubt.
Yep. No, I'm still working with my old Hitachi with the small blade from
7 1/4 or 7.5.
Yeah, it's probably like 20-year-old
single
saw.
bevel. Yeah, that's a great tool. So I have a 12-inch DeWalt that's now probably 15 years old, and it's fine. Like, they don't wear out if you don't use them every day.
Yeah.
So hope that's helpful, John.